All right, here is content by request, part 2 from Constantine. We just call him Constantine. Said, hey there, truth man. The way America is going and the economic is not getting any better. I truly feel like giving up everything and start living in my car, bro. I've been saving for a home, but just can't get anywhere due to the prices and people always outbidding me. I currently stay with my mother and helping her with the bills, but deep down, I feel like if I stay in my car for a year or two, things financially will be better, even though I have 2 jobs, which I save and invest in the stock market. Living in my car will allow me to not focus on anything much or have to worry much about bills, and I can save more. Only thing is I stay in New York City. Well, that's going to be a problem. So I can live in my car for the winter so that he said, maybe you meant you can't. I want to move to Florida in the later years, but as mentioned, the housing market is trash. Sometimes I forget to mention that I'm from the Caribbean, but currently live in the States. With the money I have saved up, I can easily go back to my country and be a millionaire due to the exchange rate and start a business, buy a house, buy a car, and live comfortably. But truly don't want to move back yet. What do you think I should do? The first thing, I think you should move out of New York. That's why it's so much. Why do you have to live there? I mean, you could always visit there. If you like the food, you like the sports team, you could go live somewhere cheaper and get more for your dollar. Like Florida, you definitely will, because Florida is no state tax state. So you going, like, wherever you work, you're going to take more of your money home. So here's what you do. If your mother still wants your help, then try to convince her to move. If not, then, hey man. I see too many people putting their mother in front of themselves, and they end up throwing their life away. Like, it comes a time where you help your mother, and it comes a time where you help yourself. So I would try to, if you want to keep helping her, I would try to convince her to move out of New York. And if you got money saved up like that, then you can this is what you do. You rent you a house, right? Keep working. This is the safe route. You keep doing what you're doing. Put some money aside. Go back and forth. Try to find a job there first. But the fact that it sounds like you ain't got no kids. So you got a little more leverage not having kids. So visit some places though. You might not, because if you don't like Florida, I mean, really, me personally, I don't have to like a place if I'm making money. And it's a lot of positive factors. But I think the first thing you should do is move out of New York. New York, everybody knows New York costs too much. And it's like you're going to be chasing the booger in your booty hole. What do I mean by this? You ain't gonna never find it. So people be like, and we be making jokes about this, man, I'm gonna move when I get $80,000. How you gonna get $80,000 and you only got $5,000 and you live somewhere? Let's say you got $5,000. You live in New York. And you talking about, well, I'm gonna move when I get 80,000. Man, you ain't. Well, how you gonna get 80,000, man? You gonna play the lottery and win? I think you should take what you have and start looking into leaving. Get you a house somewhere else. It just depends on other factors. How much you like New York, how much you like the cold. Do you want to move somewhere warm? It seems like you from the Caribbean. And it's a reason, before you move back home, look at it like this. Why am I here? It's a reason why you came over here. So the only way you move back home is if that's what you want to do. You don't move back home thinking that's the answer, because you came over here thinking it's the answer. Say, yeah, living in your car can be a quick way to save up. If you got 2 jobs, but you can't do that in New York, though. The police probably gonna be messing with you. You said people always outbid me, man. You got enough money for a house? Why in the hell are you in New York? Because if they outbid you in New York and you got enough money to buy a house in New York, you go somewhere else, you ain't getting outbidded. Why you think all them California people go to Vegas and Arizona? And why you think all them New York people go to Florida and Texas? Usually people go to the cheaper option that's still a nicely populated metropolis. So, he said he currently stay with his mother. Living in my car will allow me to not to focus on anything much or have to worry much about bills, and I can save more. True. But is that what you want to do, though? Because you really, you could do that, but is the answer that you probably need a third income or need a better income than one of your incomes? The only thing is to stay in New York City so I can live in my car. I want to move to Florida in the later years. But as mentioned, house market is trash. Then you just rent until it ain't. Or you say, man, it's trash, but I'm still buying some. See, the only reason why I ain't bought a house is because I don't want to live here. I could have had a house. Even if you could live comfortably, the answer is, why did you move over here? It was something about your country that you didn't like, wasn't it? What was it? What was it about your country that you didn't like? Now, if you homesick and stuff like that, then that's different. Make your decision. But if you went before you like, man, I'm finna go to the States. I don't like this. I don't like that. Then I wouldn't advise you go over there. I advise you to keep moving around until you find a place that you enjoy enough to make your life there. And you 33, man, you still got time for all this. You just stay healthy and keep doing what you're doing. Keep saving. And that investing, pull back on that. Pull back on that and just save. Just kind of hold off on that. Now, if you got enough money to buy a house in Florida, I don't know what kind of money you have. But let's say you said you're getting outbidded, right? Okay, so whatever you paying for rent, let's look at it like this. Let's say you paying $3,500 in New York. Go on homes.com and do a mortgage calculator on a house, a couple houses in different price ranges. Florida, you want to look at $450. How much would you pay a month on a house that's $450? And then compare it to what you paying in New York. Type in suburban zip codes. Unless, I don't know if you want to live in the suburbs or the hood. I don't know. Everybody's different. Me, I prefer to live in the suburb. Because you see how I acted when dude pulled up behind me? That's the type of ignorant stuff people do. I don't want no smoke. I just want to smoke some ribs or some stuff. Smoke a cigar. So, do some research on houses in Florida. Texas, don't just pinpoint one state, especially if you ain't never been there. You looking for warmth, go Florida, Texas, Georgia. Just look at the houses and the prices in all those cities. And if you see a house you like, go see it. Don't let me see, that's the poverty mindset. I don't have to live in Wisconsin, although I was born and raised here. I have an abundance mindset. I don't have to live here. So don't limit yourself. Keep saving. I would get out of New York, man. You making that much from your jobs? Then imagine how much they'll pay you to do the same thing somewhere else. Like if you making $30 in New York, this how you do it. Compare cost of living. Like in Florida, if you making 30 in New York, then that same job you would only need to make 22, 25 in Florida. When you dealing with those no state tax states, it's like you can cut back a little bit. Like you can make 26 and it's like you making 33. So even though if you had a job making 30 and you move somewhere like Arizona, Nevada, Texas, Florida, and you making $26 an hour, you still coming out better. Because for one, the cost of living. For two, you like at the same level, even though you make less because of the cost of living decrease. Now, as far as cost of living, you don't always want that to be the number one thing you look at. You look at prosperity prospects. Like if it's somewhere that it might have a high cost of living, but you can come up real fast there, shoot. Like a lot of people, they don't want to move to Arizona because of the cost of living. I'm not worried about it. And I already got job options lined up. So I hope that helps, man. Number one, decide if you gonna stay in New York even. And decide if it's worth it. If it's stressing you out, start looking into other places, man. If you want to be around your mother that bad and help her, try to get her to move with you. Be like, let's move. But anyway, I'm going to upload both of these for you. I hope that helps you. Shout out to Constantine and anybody else that want content by request. Put your content by request in with $1.99 or more. You see, he I did 2 for him because he gave more than the minimum fee. I told y'all this is the All Subjects channel. That's why we do content by request. Stay tuned for more videos.